on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live. Today on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live.
The road to the Superdome has led us here to the New Orleans Convention Center. And always a big part of the story are the quarterbacks. And in this game, Joe Flacco, the Baltimore Ravens quarterback, comes in red hot.
Call him Stay Rod. Yankees third baseman Alex Rodriguez says he has no plans to retire.
The NFL Thursday announced plans to have independent neurological consultants on the sidelines during games next season.
He's not an offensive guy. That's because they can't depend on dirt to get rebounds like they used to.
Nice pick and roll between Mayo and James inside.
Kansas State's all-time winningest coach will be staying in Manhattan a little longer. Bill Snyder has signed a 5-year contract extension through the 2017 season.
On 99.3 Talk FM, it's Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live.
It's the #1 movie in America.
Here's Bryan Houston.
Counting down the minutes now until Super Bowl on Sunday, the Ravens and the 49ers. And David Smoke reporting just a few minutes ago that Robert E. Lee running back LaQuintus Wallace is going to be playing football at Tyler Junior College next year. So
okay, excellent.
Just letting you know about that. So congratulations to him on making that decision. National Signing Day right around the corner as well. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on there and keep you up to date. But right now we got to deal with pro football and championship football, something we haven't seen around Texas in quite a while. In fact, the guy that we got on the phone right now was one of the last links to really good football when he played safety for the Dallas Cowboys and won 2 Super Bowl rings in the process, beating the Buffalo Bills both times. With us right now on the APEC VIP hotline, cutting-edge training for the serious athlete, apecgo.com. The results show when the athletes hit the field. Our friend from Dangerfield and the Dallas Cowboys now hanging out in the Dallas area. Thomas Everett, how you doing, Thomas?
I'm great, Brian. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir. I can hear you terrific. What's going on?
Taxes is what's going on.
Taxes? Man, it's way too early for that.
I'm sitting in the floor. I got stuff all over the place.
Boy, you do lead a glamorous life, don't you?
Oh, Lord, have mercy, man.
Man, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I wanted to talk to you, reminisce with me now about what the Friday, Saturday leading up to the Super Bowl was like for you when you were getting ready to go and play for the Cowboys in the big game.
Well, actually, it started Wednesday after all the media stuff on Monday and Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
They consider those days, those days are kind of, devoted to the media and everyone. But when Wednesday hits, though, it's back to normal routine. So, our Wednesday, we go through our stuff. Thursday and Friday, Fridays are pretty much, you're just kind of recapping stuff. Most teams have their, mostly, at their practices, it's, you're working on short yardage stuff and then going back and covering Wednesday and Thursday and it's just a dress rehearsal for what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what we also did, I think on Saturday, we went to a different location where everybody knew where the hotel was, but the last night we left and went to a different location, so nobody knew where we were.
Did y'all leave the state?
No, this was when we were out in Pasadena.
Okay.
No, we didn't leave.
I was thinking of New Orleans and possibly, but I know y'all played in Atlanta, so no, you wouldn't have left the state, so never mind.
Leave the state. No.
I'm thinking like when in New Orleans, you just cross over to Mobile or something, or to Mississippi. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, you can't hide. Somebody's gonna know the team somewhere. But
right.
We left the hotel we had been all week, where everybody knew we were. I think when they tried to find us there, I'm sure people were around there. We had got a different location and just do our stuff and just kind of do our evening meetings, pregame, our night meal, and then what we would do, some of us, we'd do our regular thing, play dominoes and get ready for our game.
Oh man, and then the rest of you all went out and stayed out half the night, right?
No, not for that, man. I think that, you do that on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. How physical were the practices the week of the Super Bowl?
Our practices were the same. So nothing changed with it. It's just another game. It's, it's a Super Bowl, but it's nothing that we're going to get overly hyped about or anything, and use up all your energy and stuff during the week. It was just a regular game. So we didn't change anything. It's just the same routine.
Okay. When this being the first Super Bowl, when you guys were in Pasadena, you guys had just knocked off the 49ers, but you're getting ready to play a Buffalo Bills team that had already been in 2 consecutive Super Bowls, and, the thought was, well, these guys have been there. These young Cowboys, they may be overwhelmed by what they see. Talk a little bit about how Jimmy dealt with that, and were you guys at all overwhelmed by what was going on around you that week?
No, not at all, Brian. It was to us. It was work as usual. I mean, we felt we had played the best team in the NFL at the time, the 49ers. So there was nothing. We were ready to go. We were like a bull getting ready to get out of the gates and buck off some people. But we were good to go. Ready to go. Nothing changed in our preparation for the game. I think, if anything, we were more focused whatsoever than any other game that we had that season.
Do you recall what kind of demand your family put? Were you married at the time, or did you have girlfriend around, or did you have to deal with family members during that week?
Well, you always got to deal. No, I wasn't married, and still not married, but.
You got to ask.
Of course, you have to. I had family. I think there were about 16 of my family members flew out there for that game, and but my family's cool. They're enjoying themselves. They're not thinking about, they're not want to be around me all the time. They were out having fun themselves. So that was not an issue at all. Most of us, after, I think Jimmy had there was a no curfew early. But when Wednesday hit, we had a curfew. And so things were back, they were back to regular. Again, you treat it just like a regular game. There's nothing, yes, the Super Bowl and all eyes are on it, and it seems as if all sports stopped that day to watch it. But there's no need to get out of your routines that you've won all your games.
Sure.
So why change anything? So if it's nothing wrong with it, there's no need to try to fix anything.
All right, and that all being said, it's still the Super Bowl, and this is still the championship, and this is what you've been working on all year for. So what was it like the night before? Did you have a hard time sleeping, or just business as usual, good night's sleep, no big deal?
Yeah, it was, we actually, slept in later because the game is, of course, a night game, an evening game. Again, it was the same thing with us. We, myself and, Charles Haley, James Washington, we played dominoes. That's what we did all the time anyway. So, we did our dominoes, and that's it. We just played, and I think some guy I took a Tylenol PM to sleep a little bit more. But other than that, I mean, again, it's, you have to be that kind of athlete to have done that to understand what it's about. I mean, it isn't like it's guys who have never played a game, and now they're, the coaches are giving you an opportunity to go, hey, you want to play for the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, and you're all excited and can't sleep all. No, it's not anything like that. It was just another game, but it's the biggest game. But you still approach it the same way, and it's we're going to go out and handle business and do business.
Well, y'all handled business that first time against Buffalo. I mean, went out there and just crushed them. I mean, you couldn't have imagined it was going to go like that.
No, I don't think anybody. You don't think any game is going to go the way you do expect to win. I think there's an expectation of winning, and I put that I think we had a team that we put that expectation on us, individually and collectively as a ball team. And so, we just felt we were the best team, whenever we stepped on the field with that group. So it was to us, it was just business as usual. And unfortunately for Buffalo, they ran into a buzzsaw.
Boy, no kidding. Okay, and then the very next year, you go back. I mean, after the first two games with Emmett, when he held out and you'd lost 2 ball games, and then you guys go off and do what you always do. You just established yourself as the best team in football. Were you disappointed that it was going to be Buffalo again in the Super Bowl a second straight year?
Disappointed? No, man. You're never disappointed when you get to the Super Bowl, and you don't care who it is. It's not like college, because I remember back in college, we played in the Blue Bonnet Bowl twice, right? My freshman year and then my senior year. And my senior year, we were like, what do we want? We don't want to play in the Blue Bonnet Bowl again. We're playing this bowl. So it's not like that. You're talking about the Super Bowl. We could face the same team every year, and it wouldn't matter. You never get. I mean, that's what every kid who plays football right now, if you go and talk to them, that's what they want to play in the Super Bowl. Every kid, that's their dream, to play in the Super Bowl and to play and to make plays with everybody in the world watching.
Man, and you did. You absolutely did, and your team did too. Did it feel? What was the difference between the feeling the first time and the feeling the second time winning that championship?
You know what? It's even tougher the second time because it's more enjoyable just because you know that everybody is out to get the cow. You're the champion, so everybody wants to knock you off. So it's a lot tougher to win it twice in a row. There's no doubt about that. But we had a team that was full of competitors, and we enjoyed those kind of moments and enjoyed the challenge. So that just kind of solidified us, I believe, in history as one of the greatest teams that played in Super Bowls.
No question. Thomas Everett from the Dallas Cowboys and Dangerfield Tigers with us on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM. Now, you got a couple of teammates who are up for Hall of Fame consideration this weekend, and you also played against a guy that's going to be up for the Hall. Talk first of all about Andre Reed. Do you think he's Hall of Fame worthy?
Oh, absolutely. I think Andre Reed had one of the best careers as a wide receiver. No doubt about it. And he went to 4 Super Bowls. I mean, although they lost them all, but still, I mean, that's great accomplishments to do that. And I think his numbers, his numbers back up what he did on the field.
Sure, and then you guys went and destroyed him in the Super Bowl and ruined his reputation.
No, we didn't. I wouldn't go that far.
Just kidding.
Andre, he was a good receiver. I respect him and his accomplishments. And whenever you are even mentioning the breath with just those guys being mentioned as Hall of Fame guys, I mean that's something special there.
Sure. All right, and then talk a little bit about Charles Haley and his chances. I mean, this guy's got to get in, right?
Well, you would think so. He will eventually get in. Will it be this year? Who knows? You don't know how those things are going to go, and but I believe that he will indeed get in there soon because he's deserving of it. I mean, I think he has 5 championships.
Yeah.
The guy has 5 championships, and just the impact that he has on defense. I mean, that's amazing because he's always a guy you have to account for. You better know where he is all the time, and you better know where he was all the time, or he could do some damage to your quarterback and disrupt a lot of things, which he did for so many years. And he, of course, that's my boy there, and he's deserving of it. I think a lot of and I don't know how they go about the voting, but some whoever votes on it, they may not like a guy and they may not get him in. So they may not put him in. But I no doubt about it, Charles Haley deserves to be there.
All right, well, go ahead and then tell me what else it is that makes you think San Francisco will win this thing.
Well, first of all, that was my pick. That was my pick before the year started. I thought it would be San Francisco winning it. I thought it would be them in New England. I thought they had the best teams. San Francisco just has the from a standpoint of offense, offensive line, defensive line. See, that's where you got to start with teams right there. You got to look at what they got, both up front on offense and defense, and that's how you start building a team from those standpoints. I think they're more solid right there than any team in the league, and I think that gives them opportunity. So I thought they should have got there last year, to be honest with you, and I just think they just have the most complete team in the league.
By the way, when you're talking about those lines, would you mind calling Jerry and telling him a little bit about that? Just saying.
Hey, man, that's where it all starts. It starts, football is, I know that, I know it's become everybody talks about the spread, et cetera, but, the spread is nothing but the run and shoot. It's just a run and shoot in disguise. Once you understand it, it's a run and shoot, but yet the quarterback is a better runner than the original run and shoot team. And then football is all about blocking and tackle and about angles. If you can't block people, I don't care who you have in the backfield, the quarterback or running back, you can't move the ball. You can't throw the ball. And if you can't tackle people, you're going to get scored on all the time.
Pretty simple game when you break it down like that, huh?
It's going to always come down to those two things, regardless.
All right, Thomas, it's great talking to you. Thanks for sharing some of your memories. We really appreciate it, but we wouldn't want to keep you from those taxes.
Yeah, let's go another hour.
As long as I don't have to pay them, I'd be happy to do that.
You can come do these. You can come do these if you want them.
Dude, you don't want me doing your taxes. You'll be sitting in a jail someplace if you do that. Trust me. Hey, Thomas, thanks very much. I really appreciate you coming on the show as always.
You bet, man. I've enjoyed it again.
Good deal. Thomas Everett, the two-time Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl champion, also the greatest Dangerfield Tiger. Great guy, great insights.